Hey everybody, I've wanted to do a video on this for quite a while. I just haven't had time, and now I'm finally getting around to it. Let's talk body armor. As some of you know, we were the only, as far as I can refer, or as far as I can recall, we were the only shooting school in the state that did a live fire building clearing class for civilians. We used a hothouse that we had access to. We would take them in one person at a time, where they would go through, clear the structure, and we did it on a simulation of, you just got home, there's been a giant earthquake or something like that, your door's kicked open, you need to go in there, cops, EMS, fire, everybody else is tied up, what are you going to do? We didn't tell them, the students, that they had to go into the building. Several of them said, I'm just going to stay outside over by my neighbor's house, watch from a distance, see what goes on. Awesome idea. Great idea. If you don't feel comfortable going in, by no means are you obligated to go in there. You don't have to. But part of that class is, for our insurance and policy reasons, anybody that went into the live fire hothouse had to have body armor, just because of the potential that was there for anybody to take fragments, anything like that. Well, the nice thing is we supplied body armor to the majority of our students. We had access to a bunch. So if the students didn't have body armor, we would supply it for them so they could attend the class. And we've probably got, I don't know, 14, 15 sets of various armor. Most of them are level 2 and above, 2, 3A. We do have rifle plates in some of them. We've got the ceramic plates, all sorts of stuff. I've done a video on another vest that I've got from Velocity Systems that is incredible. Absolutely love that vest to this day. This one is a little bit kind of a different realm for me. This is made by a company out of Las Vegas called Safe Life Defense. Some of you, I'm sure, out on social media, you've seen all of their advertisements and their pop-ups and everything else like that. I decided to get this vest just for a couple of reasons, and we'll talk about those here. The carriers that I went with are, for me at least, are work specific. Okay, I've got 2 different carriers, kind of depending on the role that I'm in. Now, I'm yet to have to wear this for work. I hope I don't have to wear this for work, and I'll show you why here in just a second. But I went with the level 3A plus. If you want, I'll include a link at the bottom of the video in the comment section where you can go in and look at their body armor. They have level 3A, 3A plus, then they have rifle 4 plates that are in conjunction with soft armor that you can get. They also have a flexible rifle armor system. They call it FRAS or FRAS. Show you the carrier that I've got right here. This is the second carrier that I have. This is their modified version. Okay, it's blue. I've got reflective striping or tape up there, reflective there, and then I've got EMS along the bottom. This one right here is the back. The front, turn it so you can see it a little bit better. The front says EMS across here, and then I've got 3 different pockets or pouches that I can utilize stuff in, as well as I've got the reflective on the front. Working in the EMS fire field, I have been assaulted as short as a week and a half ago, I think it was, by an individual that just decided to punch me in the face because she was having a mental issue. But as far as anything else, there have been a couple of other incidents that I've assisted law enforcement in while working in the EMS fire side, that I decided I was going to get one. If I need it, great. If not, fine. At least it's kind of like what a lot of people go off of the mindset. It's better to have it, not need it, than need it and not have it. There was an incident actually in 2020, especially right after coronavirus kicked off, and there was all the looting and rioting and protests and everything all over the country. There was an incident that happened in Salt Lake where we ended up, our chiefs had to go through and borrow body armor from the police department in our area, and we still have all that armor on top of all of the other gear on all of our apparatus that we drive, our ambulance, our ladder truck, our pumpers, everything else. We have got body armor on our vehicles now. How long is that going to be there? I don't know, but we do have it. So this is the one that I bought initially. In talking with my captain and the other guys on my crew, they said I should have gone with this one. I think just because we like fire more than we like medical. Hold it up here. This one is their classic style as far as the pouch layout. I still have the reflective silver tape right there. I've got the Star of Life as far as for my medical side, and then fire on the front. And then I also have fire on the back. See if you can see that all right. And then I've got the reflective striping on the back, the same as the blue one, but then I've also got it on the sides, which I also have on the blue one as well. I just didn't have it put together. Now inside of this, I do have the IIIa Plus. I went with the IIIa Plus because the Plus designates that it can stop the California ice pick test through the Department of Justice. These are NIJ certified panels. I'm not going to worry about pulling them out. Same thing, I'm not going to give you the specs on them. You can pull that up on their website. Mine is a size medium, fits me very, very well. You've got the cummerbund here on the sides. Just unvelcro it, throw it over the top of you, velcro it back in, and then you're kind of locked into place. So the pockets that I've got on here, this pocket I kind of put in for an oh crap situation, which, I mean, most of the time any type of EMS situation for someone is an oh crap situation. Hopefully not you, but the patient. Over here in the middle pocket, I did throw just a pair of EMT shears in there. So I think they're really good to have. I've used them several times, not these particular ones, but just shears in general to have to cut clothing off of people to try and get access to their body where we need to do IVs or they're trapped, something like that, stop bleeding. In this pocket, this is kind of my blowout pocket. All right, show you what I've got in here really quick. In the state of Utah, our protocols allow advanced EMTs to do needle decompression for pneumothorax, so I do have a needle in there. We're short on them right now. I will get a second one in there, as well as a second chest seal. I do keep a hyphen vent chest seal inside. Same thing, we're running low on those, so I only grab the one to keep it inside of here. Usually you'll want two, one on the front, and then if you have an exit wound or a second puncture wound, one on the back. Like I said in a previous video, we'll do a video just on medical stuff a little bit later on. Right now I'm not going to worry about that. Maybe we'll do that closer to summer when people are starting to get outside and stuff. I do have an NPA, or I don't even know what you really call it, a nasopharyngeal airway. This little thing gets shoved up the nose after you lubricate it to try and give people an airway, just so you can get some air in there, because if you've done any first aid class, you've got ABCs, your airway, breathing, circulation, or airway, bleeding, circulation. You've got to maintain those three things for anybody to have a chance of survival. So I do have one of those inside. It's a size 26. For me, it's my size for me. Hopefully I don't need to use it on kids. When we go on calls, we do have a bag, an airway bag that has a wide variety for every size person out there. I threw two 5x9 gauze pads in there, once again, to help with the bleeding. Once again, cat tourniquet. Gloves. I think I've got 2 or 3 sets of size large nitrile gloves right here that I keep inside this pocket as well. And then a thing of Skrillex. Just a sterile gauze roll so that I can keep the 5x9s on them. You open it up, you just wrap it to the amount you need. You can tuck it up inside once you're done. You can tape it on if you need to. I just take and tuck it in part of the existing Skrillex from when I've rolled. But that's really all I keep inside of this vest. Like I said, I hope this is a vest that I never have to put on or wear. With society and how society is changing, it seems like to me. It seems like people are more angry, people are more violent. I currently work at 2 fire departments. My part-time fire department, they assisted on a police chase that ended up in a car accident, and those are just happening more often. Another fire department that I'm partially a member of, I haven't really shown up for training lately, they had a shooting in the city, as well as another pursuit, so it's happening more and more. I don't like the fact that fire and EMS are looking at having to have body armor. It really shocked me when the chiefs showed up with, I don't know, it was probably 12 sets of armor, 10 sets of body armor, for us to put on all of our frontline apparatus when looting, rioting, and everything was going on in 2020, as well as the coronavirus. So then you've got body armor you have PAPRs, you have your N95 masks, you've got your gowns, you have your face shields, you've got your gloves, you've got all this stuff that we're doing to try and be safe. Yes, granted, fire EMS, we don't go into the scene unless the scene's secure. With the scene being secure, it doesn't stay secure all the time, unfortunately. Hopefully it does. All the time, it does not. That's where one of the incidents that I was involved in, the scene was secure, the assault, when I was assaulted. The scene was secure, we had 2 officers there speaking to the patient, and just out of nowhere cold cocks me. Well, that kind of ended up bad for them. They ended up, I don't know what they did. The cops were there, took him into custody, and that was their deal. So I do have this little pouch over here that I need to, that I have. If I need to put a radio into it, I can. That's really the only thing I would see using this pouch for, is just a radio. And I could also put a flashlight in here. I always have one on my pocket, as well as the big leather radio strap that you see firefighters wearing. I've got one that's mounted onto that as well, so I'm good on flashlights. So Safe Life Defense, level 3A plus. You've got side protection from the panels itself. You do have this pocket up here that you can take and utilize to put a rifle plate inside of it if you wanted to. I'm not going to go to that extent unless all hell really gets ugly and breaks loose, and then hopefully policies will change on other things. So so far I've really been pleased with this. If you want just the carrier, right now they're $152. I think for this body armor and the blue carrier that I got, it was, I don't know, $630 or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I can't recall off the top of my head. This is the classic design. The one I showed you before is the modified design as far as the layout of the Velcro patches. This all comes off. It's just Velcroed on there. Same with the fire on the front and back. So turnaround time for them, depending on when you order them, sometimes they're in stock, sometimes they're not. Right now I did see on their website that the 3A, or maybe it was the 3 place. Anyways, some of the concealable armor they have is in stock right now, so it ships pretty easy. I also have one of their backpack panels to put into a backpack that's in my daily carry backpack. We'll do a video on that a little bit later on as well, so you can see that, as well as how well it fits. So if you have any questions, please get a hold of me, shoot me messages, contact me through Facebook at Strategic Tactical Group, or you can leave a comment down here in the bottom of the video. Like, subscribe, share it. Tell me what it is that you want topics covered as far as life safety, self-preservation, self-defense, outdoor stuff. Once the weather gets better, we will be doing some outdoor videos. I've got some other equipment showing up that we'll be utilizing and having a great time with. There's one backpack I'm hoping, or not a backpack, a tent setup that I'm hoping to get to do an awesome review on. I've really been excited with it, and it's a tent that I would like to take out on wildland fires to see how well it does to the rigors of pretty much being lived in for 14 days straight. So if you have any questions, reach out to me and we'll talk to you guys later.